Hello people, this is Moonlight. I am here with week 3 of the GDF season 3, and this week we are taking on Joj and his Roraima Raichus. Please tell me in the comments if I'm saying that incorrectly. I'm not entirely sure how to exactly say the name of his team outside of the Raichu part, but so he is also 2-0. And I believe he is right behind us in the standings. So this is a very important matchup because one way or another, somebody's walking away with a loss and somebody's walking away undefeated. So he's got a pretty good team. This definitely isn't a fun matchup for us. And so you can see his team on the right there. And I'm going to go through each of his mons one by one, which ones I think he's bringing, which one I think he's sitting on the bench. So, we're going to start off with Celesteela. Now, Celesteela is an interesting take because, it hits really, really damn hard. The only problem for it, though, is that I have a Zeraora and an Arcanine. And then I also have Latios and Gengar, both of which pack Thunderbolt. So, he's in a pretty difficult position. I think if he brings Celesteela, he brings it up with like an auto-atomized setup set. Meant to clean late game. And I feel like he would probably bring Special, so that way he doesn't have to deal with Intimidate Arcanine. Next we have Mamos. 100% he's bringing this thing. I have no switch-ins to this, like, at all. It hits hard, like an absolute monster. For some reason, Mamos is like the one Pokemon that I never have a switch into. I don't know why, I just never draft one. It always kind of goes right over my head. So I think he has to bring Mamoswine. I think he brings Scarfed Mamoswine because my speed tiers don't really allow him to be running Adamant Banded because the vast majority of my team outspeeds it, and the Pokemon that come in and revenge kill it also outspeed it. So I feel like he would want a Choice Scarf Mamo as opposed to Choice Banded. So then we have Milotic. Milotic, very bulky, water type. I think he brings this thing 100%. I'm not sure if he wants to bring it physical or specially defensive. I feel like he'd want it to be run mixed defensive with the Flame Orb, obviously, because it eats hits from Mienshao. It can be a pretty safe switch into Quagsire, into Latios as well. Moltres, it can switch in relatively safely. Relatively is, well, relative. But I feel like it would bring Milotic. Super bulky, very annoying to kill, especially with Recover. Zeraora does break through it, though, so I feel like he's going to have to play a lot around Zeraora in this matchup. Next, we have Poltegeist. This is a very scary mon, because it can very easily just Shell Smash against me and win. Like, it's very easy for him to win with this thing. So, I'm not entirely sure if it comes, though, because I do have a Moltres and I do have a Miltank. Both of which wall it pretty hard. So, not entirely sure what he wants to do with that thing. So, I feel like it could come. At the same time, I feel like it might not come. It really depends on what he thinks I'm going to bring. So next we have Regieleki. I don't really think this thing comes because I have a Quagsire and I have a Zeraora, both of which hard wall Regieleki. So I don't personally think he brings it, even though it is really fast and outspeeds everything on my team. But personally, don't see him bringing it simply because I have two really good counters to it. If he does bring it, I think he brings, like, Rapid Spin, Dual Screens, Explosion. I feel like that's the sort of set he would want to run. Next, Incineroar. He's 100% bringing this thing. It is his best switch-in to Latios, and it is his best switch-in to G-Max Gengar. It just is. It can, with an Assault Vest, it can wall both of them pretty well. And with Intimidate, it can actually do a pretty good job of nerfing my Zeraora and Arcanine, along with my Mienshao. So I think I think he brings Incineroar. It's something that's really annoying for me to deal with. Next we have Tauros. Tauros is in a similar position to Poltegeist, in my opinion, because it is an immunity to G-Max Gengar, and it does hit my team hard, but at the same time, it doesn't really, it sort of just dies to Zeraora or to Mienshao, and he needs to bring a Life Orb with Sheer Force for it to really punch holes through my team, otherwise I can sort of just deal with it relatively well. So personally, I think he could bring Tauros. I'm definitely leaning to him bringing it, but only time will tell. Next we have Comfey. Comfey, I 100% think he's bringing. It's really annoying, and my only two good counters to it are Weezing and Ferroseed. Those are my best counters. Ferroseed is sort of obliterated by the rest of his team. It doesn't want to take an Earthquake from Tauros or Mamoswine or Flare Blitz from Incineroar. Yeah, that's about it. And then Weezing Galar. Weezing Galar actually has a pretty good matchup, but even then he can still be running like Stored Power Comfey, which is a little scary, but I think I have the pieces necessary to deal with it if he brings it. Next we have Sableye, and Sableye I actually think could come, because it can eat hits from Zeraora pretty well, and then it can just Will-O-Wisp and completely nerf Zeraora. So I feel like if he brings it physically defensive with a Will-O-Wisp, Recover, Hex, and some other move. It's just really annoying for me to deal with, especially since Moltres doesn't have the greatest matchup, considering that he has a Mamoswine and a Regieleki and a Comfey. But like I said, we'll see if he brings it. Grookey, I personally don't think he brings. It's really slow. It can't really. I mean, sure, even with the Eviolite, it can take some hits, but it can't take hits from like Moltres or Arcanine, or like a Poison. It can't really take a Poison Jab from Mienshao. It doesn't like taking hits from Zeraora or Latios. It doesn't take a Maxuz from G-Max Gengar. Not very well, at least. So I don't think he brings it, personally. And then the last mon we have is G-Max Flapple, his kill leader. He's 100% bringing this thing. This thing is an absolute monster. I have little to no switch-ins for this thing. Yeah, Weezing, Galar, and Ferroseed are about my best switch-ins, and as I said with Comfey, Ferroseed doesn't necessarily have the best matchup in this game. So, personally, it's going to be a tough one. So, the team I think he brings, on that note, I think he brings the Mamoswine, the Milotic, the Incineroar, the Comfey, the G-Max Flapple, and then I think he probably brings the, my guess would be he probably brings the Tauros, the Sableye, or the Poltegeist, would be that last slot. I'm definitely leaning more so towards the Poltegeist and the Tauros, though, over the Sableye. So, onto our team. First mon we have is Galarian Weezing with the Black Sludge, Strange Steam, Sludge Bomb, Toxic, Taunt, and Levitate. Max. This thing is meant to just be my main physical wall for this game. Like I said, his team really just goes. Like, I really have a difficult time switching into his offense. So this is my best check to the G-Max Flapple. It's the closest thing I have to a check to Mamoswine. And so, yeah, so Strange Steam and Sludge Bomb are for dual stabs. Sludge Bomb, it's also here for Comfey, assuming that he doesn't get 2 Calm Minds up in my face. So, Strange Steam is, so Taunt is there to stop him from setting up with something like the Comfey. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna do some live team changing. Gonna put Clear Smog on this thing. So, Sludge Bomb. So Sludge Bomb is there for the Comfey. Stab, it hits his team decently hard. Also, it's the Grookey relatively hard. It hits Mamoswine decently well. Strange Steam is for the Incineroar, sort of, kind of, and not really, because it is neutral. Toxic Spikes is there because he does not have a grounded poison type. And if I look back at his team, his only form of hazard removal is Rapid Spin with Regieleki and Defog with Comfey. So, not necessarily the most reliable removal, all things considered. So, Toxic Spikes can really go in this game. So, yeah, Clear Smog is there, so I can get rid of stat changes on the Comfey if it starts setting up in my face. Next we have Zera Aura with Lumberry, Volt Absorb, Plasma Fist, Knockoff, Close Combat, Bulk Up, 108 in HP, 252 in attack, and 148 in speed with a Jolly Nature. The speed EVs is to outspeed, I believe, a max speed Tauros, a Jolly max speed Tauros. I can kill it with Close Combat, Bulk Up. I will double check that speed EV though, just to make sure, and if it isn't, I will correct it accordingly. And I just put the rest in HP. So the Lumberry is there in case he brings the Sableye. So I can click Bulk Up on like the Milotic pretty safely, and I can just start clicking Plasma Fists. So I don't have to worry about a burn from Scald, but from a Milotic Scald, and if he brings the Sableye, I won't really have to worry about a Will-O-Wisp from the thing, or at least the first time around. So that's why I have the Lumberry on this thing. So this is probably going to be my late game win con, would be my guess. I can bring it in as a cleaner, depending on how weak his team gets, and I can also bring it in as a revenge killer, which is very nice. So next we have Arcanine. We're bringing Intimidate with the Shuka Berry, Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed, Morning Sun, Close Combat, 16 in HP, Max Attack, Adamant, with 4 in Spadef and 236 in Speed. So the speed is to guarantee to outspeed a max Jolly Mamoswine in case he wants to bring like a Jolly Banded Mamo. I can outspeed that. It also means I outspeed everything below it, which is everything on his team, bar the Comfey, the Regieleki, the Milotic, and he has one more thing, and the Tauros. So, yeah, I'm very comfortable running Adamant on this thing this week, simply because of how his team is, I guess. It's definitely on the slower side. So Shuka Berry, so Intimidate into Shuka allows me to guarantee to live a Earthquake from Mamoswine, then I can click Close Combat into Extreme Speed and kill it. I believe with the Intimidate and the Shuka, he's doing 60% max with Earthquake if he's banded. If he's not banded, then he's doing significantly less. So that's why this thing has the Shuka Berry. Extreme Speed is really good for cleaning up against a lot of his team. Close Combat outside of the Mamoswine is there for the Incineroar and the Tauros, and then Flare Blitz just hits everything else on his team. I mean, nothing more for me to say about that. Next we have G-Max Gengar, Dusk Ball, of course, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Thunder Punch, and Thunderbolt, and Sucker Punch. We're bringing Max Attack, Max Speed, Hasty Nature. So, reason for this, stat distribution. I mean, reason for the moveset, not the stat distribution. That's a very standard distribution, but the speed is there to make sure I can speed tie with the Tauros. So Sludge Wave is there for G-Max Ooze to get a boost. Shadow Ball is there for stab, because Shadow Ball and Sludge Wave hit everything on his team for good damage. Thunderbolt is there for the Milotic, because at +1, Thunderbolt does a lot, even if he has Spadef. And then Sucker Punch is there in case the Poltergeist starts to set up. We're doing 30%. If he's at -1 defense, we're doing significantly more. Yeah, so I'm very worried about the Poltergeist. Anyways, next we have Latios, Eon, making his return. Life Orb, Draco Meteor, Psychic, Roost, Thunderbolt, max special attack, 176 in speed with 80 in defense. So the 176 in speed with the Timid Nature allows me to outspeed everything from Mamoswine and below. Actually, Milotic and below, I believe. So I can outspeed all of those mons. The 80 in defense is so I can take a Life Orb Throat Chop from Tauros. I still don't guarantee live it, but it's a roll in my favor to live. And I can kill it with a Psychic or a Draco. I believe a Draco will kill it, although a Draco will pretty much kill anything. And then, so Draco and Psychic dual stab hit the entirety of his team for at least neutral damage, and then Thunderbolt is there once again for the Milotic. And then Roost is there so I can have some sort of longevity on this thing. Finally, we have Miltank. I didn't really know what to put in this last bot, so I put Miltank, Leftovers, Thick Fat, Stealth Rock, Miltank, Milk Drink, Thunderwave, and Ironhead, 252, 156, 252 in HP, 156 in defense, and 100 in SPDF with a careful nature. So this thing is designed to tank at least one stored power from Poltegeist, and then Thunderwave it. And then it also takes hits from Mamoswine and Incineroar. I can Thunderwave the Incineroar, and I can Ironhead the Mamoswine. Stealth Rocks is there because Stealth Rocks look pretty decent against his team, and then Milk Drink is there because Milk Drink for longevity. Let me just check. Yeah, I might switch the Stealth Rocks out for something else, but Stealth Rocks are nice for the Incineroar. So this is the squad we're packing for this week. So I am pre-recording this team builder before the match, so you will be seeing the match very shortly. And so we'll head there right now. Alright, we are here with the battle, so let's get right on into it. So, alright, so what does he not bring? He does not bring the... Okay, so he does end up bringing the Poltegeist. Okay. So outside of that, I got pretty much everything else on his team right. So let me get this link to the battle. Okay. So, alright, leads on his end. Leads. He could very well lead off with have fun. So, mons that I think he could lead off with Incineroar. He could lead off with the Comfey if he wants to be a U-turn Comfey. Or he could lead off with Poltegeist. A Poltegeist lead would not be fun. That would not be fun. So, I think I want to lead off with Arcanine here. Because the only bad leads for him... Yeah, because the only bad lead would be Mamoswine or Milotic. Let me just see Incineroar if he's like an offensive variant. Versus Arcanine. Yeah, 2 close combats does seal the deal if he's offensive. So, I think I'm going to lead off with Arcanine here. Yeah. So he leads off with the Mamo. Okay. So, he is at -1. Oh no, he's oblivious. Okay. Okay. So, assuming he is Scarf, -1, he does take this hit. So, Oblivious was a good bring on his end. I will give him that. So, if he is banded, if he's Life Orb -1, I to roll for him to kill me. This was alright. That's a fair lead. This might also be a Rocks Mamo. He can very easily just be Rocks. On this thing, he is Oblivious. But a Flare Blitz does kill him. Flare Blitz does 100% kill him. So I think I want to go with that. Alright, he goes in Incineroar. Okay. I will get nice information on this. That does 20%. So he has some defensive investment. He has some investment on the defensive side. So okay. If he's max HP, that was a high roll. If he's not max HP, that was a low roll. So he's at 80%, give or take. So I think here, you could go for an Earthquake. I don't want to lose. I am just gonna go. I don't want to lose my Sugar Berry on this thing just yet. So I don't want to take a lot of damage on. Miltank is my most expendable member, so I'm just gonna go into Miltank. Knockoff, that does a lot. So there's Miltank, that did 36%. That is offensive. Yeah, no, that is. So if he's like super offensive, that is a max roll. So I'm going to Thunder Wave here. Okay, Poltergeist, perfect. Perfect. I'm going to Iron Head. So he's sub. That did 23%. Okay. Sub Calm Mind or sub Shell Smash? He was Lumberry, okay. Do I just lose here? He's not weak armor, he's cursed body. If he has store power, I find out. He has Dark Pulse. Don't flinch. No flinch. Perfect. He's at -1. He was Lumberry, okay. Yeah, no, I can let this thing go down pretty confidently. So he is Dark Pulse. So you know, the sub did 23%, so I'm guessing he's max HP. He's at 52%. Does a Sucker Punch from Gengar kill here? Not yet, not quite. So if I go into Zeraora, sorry, I'm just doing some calcs. Max speed, Poltergeist. If he's timid, that's 262. What is it? Oh, he's not paralyzed. No, he's not paralyzed. He's at +2, -1, +2, +2. With substitute, I'm assuming Dark Pulse, probably like Shadow Ball. Does Gengar take a hit if I'm G-Max? No, it does not. If he is max HP with no speed investment, I do knock him out. Because that Iron Head was doing 23%, so yeah, I think he was max HP, or he has like a fair amount of HP investment, like 100. So, you know, he needs to have been running like max speed, max HP. So I'm assuming, okay, so if he's max HP, 56 in speed. Then I think Zeraora comes in and kills. I hope it does. He's not my, okay, fuck. Okay, crap. I just lose here. Yeah, I just lose to this thing. Oh, he wasn't max HP. I misplayed so hard there. Fuck, man. That's big. Ugh, that sucks. Okay, I can still do this. I think he EQs here. Yeah, he should EQ here. Right? Yeah, perfect. Okay. So, I'm going to go for a T-Spike here. Yeah. Alright, so he's Flame Orb. How do I break this? How do I break this thing? Flame Orb, he's burned. Scald. I can go into Latios here. Start clicking T-Bolt. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Scald. Alright, he Toxics, that's a fair play. So here, that did 55%. So he's minimal. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for another T-Bolt here. He goes into Comfey this time. So, Comfey. He is poisoned. And he has leftovers. Leftovers, I go into Wheezing. And so, I go for a Sludge Bomb. Right? Yeah, I Sludge Bomb. So he goes Incineroar. Guessing he knockoffs here. At this point, I'm alright. Losing my Sugarberry on the Arcanine. Am I? Jeez, I misplayed so hard with the Zeraora. This would be much easier if I still had it. I should have gone into Gengar. I should have gone into Gengar first and tried it at least. That way I would have known. But hindsight's everything, so... So I think is Latios. You know, Latios is still pretty. I'm gonna sack off Latios here. Yep. Go into Arcanine. I do want to go up here quickly just to see how much it took last time. It took 20% last time. That was with the Intimidate. So, if he's like, yeah, 150, 106. He's at 80%. He's not poisoned. He's at 80%. I'm going to extreme speed here. Yep. Doesn't have to flap him. That did 37 G max. I go into Wheezing. He's up +1/+1. Why would he stay? Why would he sit up? Clear Smog will kill into Strange Steam. Max Airstream. So he's at 36% now. I'm going to keep this thing healthy. If I intimidate it with Arcanine. No. Yeah, I want this thing around. So he's at -1 attack. I did a lot still. What is this thing? Use that. Oh. You know, even at -1. Okay, he got like the max roll possible. Of course he did. Of course he got it. I knew I should have stayed in with Wheezing. Yeah, no, I misplayed hard here. So I'm going to Sludge Bomb. Goes my Melodic. You know, I think he wins here. I think he has this game. You know, Zero Aura was a big misplay. Yeah. I need to hope for confusions. Of course he gets the burn. I can save this for sack fodder. So, if he is... I was doing 28% with the crit. So this is like a very standard. Yep. G-Max. I'm going to G-Max Ooze here. At this point I just need to sort of pray. It's the Assault Vest. Doesn't look like he's max HP. If he's Scarf, I will find out here. He's not. Alright, so there may be a shot. Flapple. Need to hope that he misses the Sucker Punch. Okay. Is he Scarf Mamo? Is the question. If he is Scarf, he wins. If not, moment of truth. He is Scarfed. Okay. GG. Good game. You know, that was one hell of a game, dude. So here, I think he's just going for differential at this point. Morb. So you know, if I can get a crit here, that'd be nice. No, okay. Yeah, he just stalls. Yeah, he just stalls me here and he wins. Yep. So GG to my opponent. He absolutely deserved that victory. I misplayed with the Zero Aura. That was, yeah, that's all I can really say. So we are going to drop here. We're going to drop 2-0, which is sad. We're no longer undefeated, but I definitely think that my opponent had the matchup, and like I said, I misplayed hard with the Zero Aura. That really cost me the game at the end of the day. So I wanted to thank you all for watching, and see you all next time. Peace.